I actually started getting into photography on my own. And I had bought a camera and I was doing some traveling. And I was actually going to take the rest of the year off. And I wasn't going to take any more work. And I was just going to travel and actually like take photos and just write and hang out and, enjoy my life. And then my agent called and said, hey, we have this script. And I saw that it was shooting in my hometown. I was like, it's kind of weird. There's too many like, universal signaling, I feel like. So I was like, I think we have to do this. There's too many signs that say I kind of have to do this thing. I drove up to Maine, actually. I spent a weekend, and he has a cabin up there in a lake house. And he goes there for like 2-3 weeks out of the year for fishing. So I drove up to Maine from New York. I spent the weekend with him, attempting to fish. We caught nothing. And more or less, he showed me how to take photos. He showed me, things. He showed me like all of his like collections of, different letters and pieces that he had and whatnot. And we just chatted and we talked. And, mostly I just sat back on the boat and let him just kind of talk to me about his experience and, meeting the guys and like why he wanted to do it. The photos are their own thing. And then the transcriptions are their own thing as well, because the transcriptions are these really, not grotesque, but they're dark stories, a lot of them are, And then these photos, though, are like very romantic in terms of the images that he has of these people. And so, which also I think tracks with what we were kind of saying. I think, for Danny, it's like he can't help but like fall in love with his subjects, if you will. Well, it's kind of like the role of an actor or that of a writer or a director. It's a person that's like just trying to. I mean, that's my favorite part, honestly. One of my favorite parts about what I do is the kind of infiltration, espionage of it all. It's true, though, because I think that's what kind of drew me to it. It was because, like, it's not about like me at all. It's about these people and being able to truly observe them in a way and kind of, be obsessed with those people. I mean, I was excited to see everyone, if I'm being honest, because like, I moved to New York at 17, wanting to be an actor, and so, I watched Shannon on stage over and over and over again. I, grew up watching Hardy. Can't help it, man. Like, or, Paul Sparks. Like, I grew up watching these guys and wanted to emulate them and like be like them. And I studied them for so long in their element that, to then continue to, like we talk about, be the observer and watch them. It's like, man, this is going to be fun. I was like, it's either going to be really fun or it's going to be crazy. And that's a little bit of both. Jeff is so laid back and easy, and I think like genuinely excited for whatever's going to happen. He doesn't like to rehearse. He likes to just shoot it, which I think is great because it's like, oh, yeah, fine, whatever, we'll see what happens. And we're all figuring it out. And the great thing is for the most part, it's hard because usually you're running short on time and you're like, gotta go. But, we've actually had a lot of moments here where we've been fortunate enough to really take our time and do a lot of takes of things. And that's allowed us, at least as actors, to, I think, show up fresh and maybe not have all the answers and start to figure it out together. Austin's great. He's a really lovely guy. And, he's always game. He's pretty much game for everything. And it was a lot of fun watching him. And we had a lot of fun, man. And I really liked, man, actually, one of my photos, it's my favorite photo that I was able to get, And as I was looking through some of my photos, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe that I got that shot. Like, that was one of those things where you're like, oh, I had nothing to do with that. That was just like a weird, like, timing thing, you know? But it was the day when all the guys, it was like, I don't know, we had like 30, 40 guys on motorcycles, and we were in this rural town. We were driving along this road, and there was cornfields everywhere, and the sun was setting. And, you know, I'm on the back, and Austin's up front, and I get this shot of him. And it's one of my favorite photos to this day, honestly. I'm like, I can't believe I got that shot.